Gizelle. Thank you so much for coming on Let Me Talk podcast today. I'm so excited to have you here. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Honestly, the weather outside is so nice. Like if y'all are in Toronto and Canada, it's been so cold and now it's warm outside. I'm happy. I'm so good.
It's actually warm here today too. In Melbourne, our weather is like crazy. It's like
Mhm,
autumn, but we have like a late summer, like continues till sometimes like May, April, May, and then it gets really cold.
mhm.
Global
Oh, I'm.
warming.
It's like it's time for my bikini to come out soon. I'm ready for it.
Yes, I love that. Maybe like a redo of Canada Shore this summer.
Oh, I hope so. I'm praying. I'm hoping. I'm hearing good things. So if we get season two, just know, oh my gosh, me and Kelowna, I'm ready for it.
Let's go, let's go. Well, we do a rapid fire on the podcast just to break the ice, get to know you a little bit better. The first question is, who's your favorite entertainer?
My favorite entertainer, if we're gonna do like, generally, I would say either Zendaya or Zoe Saldana because they're both actresses and I love them and I've like watched almost everything that they're in. Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like they just having their moment, especially Zoe Saldana. She's just like coming through again with the amazing films, and she's
Mhm.
just a really amazing actress. So I totally
I
agree
love it.
with
I
both.
love sci-fi, I love Marvel, I love action, like Colombiana, like I love all that stuff. So that's my girl for sure.
Do you watch Euphoria?
Oh my gosh, yes. I can't wait for this new season. Although two of the actors passed away, which is so sad.
I
Like with
know.
Fed, with like Nate's dad and everything. We're gonna see how they fix the storyline with that. But it was sad. But I hope the new season like lives up to expectation.
I hope so too. I mean, we've been waiting for such a long time. It's been so
Yeah,
long.
it's been forever. I swear I started Euphoria when I was like what? Like it was like been like 6 years now. I swear it's been like ongoing. Oh my
Insane.
goodness.
So crazy, so crazy. The next one is Jersey Shore, Canada. Jersey Shore or Geordie Shore. Which one do you prefer to watch?
I would say Jersey Shore. I feel like everyone that lived in like, the Caribbean or like, America, Canada, we mostly focus on Jersey Shore.
Mm,
But Riley told me about Geordie Shore and I seen like it on my TV a couple times. I haven't tuned in, but she said it's really good. So Riley's about
yeah.
to put me on to Geordie Shore.
Geordie Shore I haven't watched either. I never got into it. I grew up on Jersey Shore, so that's like pretty much all I watch. But I've been told to watch Geordie Shore as well because it's
Hmm.
apparently a bit wild, close to like Aussie Shore, bit on
Yeah,
the
a little bit more
crazy side.
raunchy.
Yeah,
Okay. I have to check it out.
because Jersey Shore they were like sort of tame, but like messy as well. Like they weren't as
Mhm.
crazy on Jersey Shore in
Oh
terms
yeah,
of
when I
like the
watched Geordie Shore, oh my God. Hmm.
insane. It's insane. At the
Yeah.
moment, what's your favorite reality TV show?
Oh, right now, I would say Vanderpump Rules or Below Deck. Like, I love like service industry type reality show because I'm a server and bartender. So any
Mm,
type of like thing like that, I love it so much.
I love that. And the last one is when you most inspired.
I'm most inspired when I'm in my element, like if I'm by water at the beach when it's hot outside. Like I love being in like tropical weather. It's like I'm back home in Jamaica again. And that's when I
Amazing.
feel like most at peace, inspired on the beach with the sand in a bikini, ready to do what I need to
I love it. Speaking of Jamaica, you grew up in Jamaica and moved to
do.
Canada when you were 16. What's the
Yeah.
life like in Jamaica? Like walk us through like a normal kind of day living there. Is it very different to Canada?
It very is like Jamaica's mostly like slow paced, like
Mm.
Sundays we have our Sunday dinner and we go to the beach and we chill, we go to the grandparents' house and like we have like plants and animals and farms all over the place. Like it's a very slow paced life, whereas Canada, like it's city life, it's hustle bustle, it's everyone's moving, everyone's working, everyone's making money, everyone's like on the go. But I prefer the slow life in Jamaica. The money
Mm.
in Canada is great and I'm glad I moved here because of like school and opportunities. But Jamaica, I need to go back home and relax and eat my mom's cooking
Yeah.
and pet a goat or something, like kill a chicken. Just do something very like to my
Yeah,
roots.
for sure. Like go back to like the slower pace every now and again just to like rewind
Mhm.
and like kind of decompress a little bit because
Yeah.
like you said we're always on the go when you're living in a big city and it's not like
Mhm.
you don't really have a lot of time to just reflect and just sit with your feelings or sit with your family and just have just a simple conversation with them and like
Hmm.
food, and it's a different vibe, I can imagine. But moving at 16, that's insane. Who told you to move? Who helped you move? I guess where did that kind of start?
Man, I feel like a lot of like Caribbeans would know, or even people that are from third world countries, they know that once you have the opportunity to move to like America, UK, Canada, just like countries that are like more developed, that's a big opportunity. There's a lot of people who live in third world countries who can't get visas or passports or probably will never leave the country. So the
Mm.
fact that I had the option to, get a citizenship to Canada, come here for school, my mom is like, listen, girl, you better go up there and you better work your butt off and
Mm.
do what you need to do. And then somehow I ended up on a Canadian reality TV show. So I
Insane.
don't know how that happened, but I'm happy it happened. I'm so happy.
Are you someone who adapts easily? Like, were you easily like just fit right in, or did you have kind of some teething kind of problems when you first got to Canada? Because I mean, you're coming on your own, so that must have been a little bit challenging.
I think I was definitely very anxious at first and scared, but I'm a person where I can adapt to any environment. Like I'm very
Mm.
friendly. I can always like, like relate to people somehow. So moving here was kind of fun in a
Mm.
way, like new experience, new city, new people. And as you guys know, Canada is a melting pot. There's so many different religions and cultures and like ethnicities. Like Jamaica is everywhere. I can go down the street right now and go and get some Jamaican food. I can go to
Yeah.
the club and hear like Jamaican music. So it wasn't too different that like I didn't have my culture around, like Caribbeans all over the place. So I still felt a little bit at home, a little bit
Yeah.
warm.
You still have that
Mm-hmm.
like you still had a bit of that familiarity, and
Mm-hmm.
not it wasn't too far out of the culture that you'd already been around.
Exactly. So yeah, Toronto wasn't too bad. It was the best place for me to move, I think.
Yeah. What was your experience in high school in Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Were you like popular? Did you have a good friendship group?
Hmm. High school, I only did 2 years of high school in Canada because I came in 16. It was like what, 10th grade or like 11th grade and 12th grade. I liked high school. I didn't really have much like problems with bullies or anything, but I also wasn't super popular. Like I
Yeah.
was mostly with like the artistic kids. Like I did dance and I would do like school plays and drama and things like that. Like I was always doing like the productions for school. So I made a lot of friends that way. I was in the Bollywood dance team.
Oh,
Like
that's
I
so
did all that.
awesome. That's
Oh,
crazy. What's that like? Bollywood dance
oh
team?
my
That's
gosh, girl,
insane.
it was fun. Because, I did like regular dance, ballet, dance, all hip hop, but I wanted to try something new. And Bollywood dancing is actually very hard to
Yeah.
do, like to get like the way you have to bend your knees, the way you have to put your hands. But I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so fun.
That's incredible. But have you always wanted to be like in the entertainment industry? And like,
Mhm.
what has it always been like reality TV that you saw yourself in, or acting, or dancing? Like, what was your like first kind of taste for it?
I know when my mom used to be a dancer and a dance teacher actually. So I've been dancing my whole entire life. I've been in plays, I've been doing drama. I can't sing, but somehow I was singing in choir just because I love like the arts in general.
Yeah.
I think that like when I was younger, I used to make little YouTube videos. If you guys
Wow.
search real deep, you will find my YouTube videos when I was like 13 years old. I've always been like comfortable in front of the camera, wanted to show my personality and
Mm.
dance and act and sing and just do a whole bunch of crazy stuff just because it's fun for me. But I never thought it would be like a job or something
Yeah.
to get paid from. I thought it was just for fun.
Mm.
So this right here, like my mom wanted me to go on Big Brother. We
I
have a Big
love
Brother.
Big Brother. Yeah.
She was like, "You should audition. You do so good on it." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm shy." So when Canada Shore came out, it was just like, "Wow, perfect." Something like along the lines of living in a house with people and
Mm.
showing your personality. So I think it worked
It's
out pretty well.
similar. It's similar, but there's just like way more alcohol involved.
Yeah,
Like,
less winning the money part. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I feel like I love Big Brother. I've had a few people from like Big Brother Australia because we just got it back. We had it for so
Yeah.
many years, and then we just got it back last year, like the first season that came back, because we had some wild things. Like when it was original Big Brother in Australia, there was a lot of like controversy because back in the
Oh,
early 2000s, I think you could get away with a
yeah.
lot more than what you can
Way
now.
more.
But for some
Hmm.
reason, like Aussie Shore here is just completely like crazy. You don't feel like there's
Yeah.
any filter or anything like that they can't do on that show, which
Oh
is
yeah, definitely. Watching Ozzy Shore was kind of like intimidating for me because I
mm,
watched it thinking, okay, I'm on Canada Shore. I haven't been there yet. Let's see what it will be like. I already know what Jersey Shore is like, but this
mm,
is also like 10 years later. What is it like now? Like a millennial,
yeah.
like Gen Z version. And so I'm watching Ozzy Shore and I'm seeing titties and booty and dongs and just it's wild. I loved it. I loved it though.
Crazy,
It was
crazy.
wild. I'm a crazy girl, but I'm not that crazy. So I was a little like scared, like, oh my gosh, are they gonna expect us to like be like this? But
Yeah.
I was really happy with how the show was, how it turned out. We had our fun. It wasn't too raunchy, but it was crazy. And I guess like Australia and Canada, they have like their different like, cultural things. So it's like it's
Mm.
different. They're both
It
really
is a
good.
little bit different. I think, like, obviously, Jersey Shore, Canada Shore, similar culture, but like Geordie Shore and Aussie Shore, like, really similar. Like the UK and Australia, there's so many comparisons. But
Mm-hmm.
let's talk Canada Shore because you came in high energy, quick wit, like just so easy to. It was just like this was where you were meant to be and what was in your path. I guess. How did you get to the stage of auditioning for Canada Shore? What was your audition process like?
It was originally not called Canada Shore. It was like
Mm.
called something else, like Party Canada or something like that. And there's this girl I know, she's a casting director, and but she's also very heavily in like the Caribbean culture, Caribbean events and parties. And in
Mm.
Canada, in Toronto, we have a big festival called Caravana, where we go in costumes and glitter and powder and feathers, and it's so cute. So I know her from that and she cast for like shows in Canada. She's like, "Hey girl, there's a show coming up. I think you should go try for it. Like you should send a
Mm.
video to them." And I'm like, "Why would they want me? I'm Jamaican. I'm not even Canadian. Like I'm fun. Let's have a good time. But like, why would they want me on their show?" And she
Yeah.
said, "Girl, do it. Like go send a video. Go do it." I talked to my mom about it. She's like, "Go send the video in." So I
Mm.
sat there, put my phone up. I had no makeup on. I was just like, "Hey guys, it's Giselle. This is me, real me, no
I love
filter,
it.
no nothing." And they loved it and they contacted me like a couple weeks later and they're like, "Hey, stand by.
Mm.
Like we want you, but stand by." And then months and months and months went past. And then they're like, "Hey girl, pack your bags. You're going to Kelowna." And I'm like, "Okay,
God. How
okay."
long from when you found out to like when you were actually leaving? Was it a long time? Did you have like a month? Like how long was it till you had to
It
like just
was
pack up and leave?
It was a honestly from the time when they said like, "Hey, we like you and we want you on the show, but just wait a bit." It was like maybe 6, 7 months.
Oh
But
wow.
once they were like, "Hey, girl, like, listen, you're going on this show, so you need to
Mm.
get your stuff together." Within 2 months, we were like flown out in Kelowna in British Columbia, ready to go.
Yeah. Wow. And when did you find out it was like going to be a shore show and not just like a party kind of vibe?
Oh, sure. We found out, I believe it would have been last year around March, February, March. So last year, earlier in the year, they're like, okay, like when we got like when we settled everything and like we got contracts and stuff, and
Mm.
they're like Canada Shore. I'm like, hold on.
Oh
Like
wow.
like Jersey Shore, like MTV Shore, and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So
That's
that was a
insane.
shock.
So when you were actually filming it, did you know that it was Canada Shore or was after? Okay, so when you
Yeah,
were
we
filming it,
knew coming in
yeah.
that it was Canada Shore. We just like when we first auditioned, we had no idea what it was.
Mm. And did you, I guess, when you found out it was at the shore, did you almost like feel like you had to live up to something, like there was an expectation on you to make it
Oh,
like great and like follow in the footsteps of like the other shores?
I feel like when you hear something like Shore and you know it's been around for so long,
Mm.
and like Jersey Shore is such like an iconic show, like it's like literally the staple piece of a lot of people's lives. Like it's insane.
Literally.
So I personally think nothing will ever live up to Jersey Shore, but
Mm.
it's so cool that we get to like branch off and become like a franchise of them and just have like our little like we can be a part of the shore, but we're our own people. We're not gonna be
Yeah.
Jersey Shore Part 2. We're Canada
Definitely,
Shore,
definitely.
you
And
know?
you can't almost we can't replicate it. Like it was
Yeah.
a time back then, like, and their house was like completely, I mean, not trash, but their house wasn't like
Girl,
your house. It was
that
very low
drugstore house.
budget.
Yeah, that house. I think Snooki came in and she was like, "Oh my God, look at this mansion! Like we lived in a crack house, and
Mm,
you guys had this huge like Love Island house with a pool and a hot tub, and like it was like wow. I'm so glad that I guess later on in
indeed.
life we get the big house, but still, Jersey
Yeah.
Shore, like the tiny house. They're all sharing rooms. That's something I kind
Theirs
of
was like really humble. Like
yeah,
yours was definitely humble in the terms of like the relationships that you guys formed, but the mansion just made it like, that bit of like just elevated the budget, elevated the show
yeah,
with the mansion
definitely.
versus if it was like just in a, like Snooki said, like a crack house or something like that. It would have been cool to see, but you can totally understand that like how times have changed with reality and how they were just they obviously didn't even know what theirs was going to be as well. Like theirs was a
Yeah,
complete random thing. It was shot like a documentary, I would say, more than like an
exactly.
actual reality TV show.
Mm,
But let's
yeah,
talk relationships because I feel like in the Shore House it's always relationships, not a dating
oh
show, but you can almost form a connection very quickly, which is what
yeah,
you
you
did.
can't escape it.
Did you go into the house hoping to find someone?
You know, the number one rule in the shore house, and I remember this from Jersey Shore, is to never fall in love in the shore house. That
Mm.
was my number one rule. And I thought, like, going in, I'm gonna have fun, I'm gonna make new friends. Like, if I have a fling, then it's okay because I'm single, ready to mingle.
Mm.
But I didn't like go in saying, I'm gonna find a man, I'm gonna find my next husband in this house. That was not a thought. But
Yeah.
things happen. Like with like you have what, five guys, five girls. It was bound to like start like some relationships. Like Kiara and Bauer hit it off, and like Emma and Riley hit off a bit. Me and Isaiah hit it
Mm.
off. Even Lila and Ethan kind of hit it off a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we all have, like, a little connection in the house, which it's natural. We're young,
yeah,
doing our thing.
exactly. You are young. What connected you to Isaiah? What was something, I guess, that made you kind of think, oh, this might be my person in the house? I might want to kind of explore that. What was something that you saw right off the bat about him?
I think it was like mostly his vibe, like coming on a skateboard. Like I skateboard too, so that was like really
Mm,
cool. I'm like, oh my gosh, we already have something in common. Ooh, like thought he was cute, and he definitely thought I was cute too. So it was like the mutual attraction, the like joking around, the like we kind of had like things in common with like his background being Caribbean as well.
mm.
I'm from Jamaica, so it's like, oh my gosh, just things that we had in common. It was really cool. We had a lot of like, I guess, similarities in that way.
Yeah. Would you say you have a type or you're kind of like relationship, more emotional connection versus having a physical type?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have a physical type. If I showed you guys all my exes or anyone I've ever talked to, they all look completely different. So a
I love it.
physical type I don't have as long as you're a cutie. As you
Yeah.
got cute. Okay? But I think it's more like how we connect. Like, do you make me laugh? Can we like joke around and be goofy? Like, do you make
Mm.
me feel cutesy? And do I want to flirt and just have that like little that banter?
I
That's what I
love.
like.
Do you like how? I mean, obviously they'd shown like some sexual things that were happening on the show. How comfortable are you with that? Like, obviously you knew kind of going into it, maybe that was going to be an element of the show. But how
Yeah.
comfortable are you with sexuality and just being confident in yourself to be able to show that on screen?
Like going on the show, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do anything. You're not gonna see me in that jungle. That Shagpad will not see me. That is like you can say all talk as you want. Because when you're in a house with people for so long, you're drinking, energy's high, you have someone you like, you find they're
Mm.
attractive. It's bound to happen. And to be
Yeah.
honest, I feel like we're grown. everyone in here is consenting, above age, like adults. So if we wanted to do something, one thing I really loved about production
Mm.
is that during the filming of the show, if there was a point where, a couple wanted to use like the jungle room or, do, their thing, we had like a consent talk right before it, which I
Yeah.
love so much, because there's a lot of instances where like shows happen and, they're too drunk, they can't really consent, they regret anything after. So I really appreciate, everyone on Canada Shore for making sure we're safe. I
Yeah.
love that. And also, I'm a young, hot, sexy girl. I love
Yeah,
when
exactly.
women show themselves, show their personality, be sexual. Like, nothing wrong with it. Be confident, girl. Like, do your thing.
I love that. What made you like that? Like, have you always been confident within yourself and within your sexuality, or did it kind of come later?
I think it came later on in life, as a young girl, and especially growing up in like an island, you're taught to like keep to yourself and not do too much and all
Mm.
that. But as you grow, you kind of find your confidence in yourself. Don't like skin out your coochie for
Yeah.
everybody and don't go sleeping with everybody. But
Yeah.
you should be confident in yourself and know how to have a good time. Like nothing wrong. Don't feel embarrassed. Everybody does it. Just make sure you're being safe and you're
Yeah.
doing with someone that cares about you.
Are you
Yeah.
guys like, I mean, when you're in the house and you're kind of clubbing and things like that, are you allowed to get like blackout drunk, or is there a limit to how much you can drink?
There is a limit. Like I
Mm.
know Jersey Shore, it's a party show. On Jersey
Yeah.
Shore, they probably didn't have limits
No,
at
no,
all.
definitely not. I
But
mean, at least that's not what it looked like. I mean, getting
it did not
arrested
look
and
like
stuff
that.
like that. That's what I mean
Of
by the
course.
differences. Like they didn't
Oh
have
no.
as much, not care factor, but there weren't as many guidelines to
Mhm.
follow, which
Exactly.
shows the differences. I mean, it's over 20 years, nearly over 20 years since they first started. So insane.
Exactly. Oh, there's a lot of guidelines, which I respect because they want to make sure that we're okay. Because at the end of the day, we're in the care of them. Like we're in a house
Yeah.
with our phones. Like, they're giving us alcohol. They want to make sure we're okay. Same with like I'm a bartender, so I know if I have a table or like people, I'm not gonna overserve them for them to pass out and die, and then I get fined.
Yeah.
So they definitely made sure like we were drunk, but
Mm.
we weren't blackout drunk. Except
Yeah.
for that one time that Lila fell in the pool. I don't know what
It happened there.
I don't know how. I think she just didn't eat that day, probably. But yeah,
Yeah.
they took
Are
good care
you someone
of
who does, are you still at that point where you're someone who doesn't eat before they get drunk, or are
yeah.
we eating before we get drunk?
Oh no, we're eating. I've learned the hard way. I'm eating before I get drunk because if I
Yeah.
don't, oh my gosh, and then the throw up, and we're not doing that.
It's so insane though, like when you're 18 or whatever, like a young age, you're like, I'm gonna
Mhm.
starve myself and then like just get
I can
drunk.
get drunker. Yeah. And now at 25, I'm like, I need a pizza, a piece of bread, something. I can't do
Insane.
that.
Crazy. What was, I guess, for you going back to Isaiah, what was the downfall, or
Oh
maybe
Lord.
the, because we all saw that, his kind of mentality was like, I'm not going to pay for someone, or spend
Mhm.
my money on someone. Are you like someone who's traditional like that, like you want someone to put in effort, spend some money,
Mhm.
want to take you out and kind of, just show you off and like just be present in the relationship?
No, literally, I'm a very intentional person, I
Mm,
think, and like coming in the shore house, I knew if I met someone or had a fling, that it probably wouldn't last outside the house. But then
yeah.
during, filming, he's talking about, oh, let's go to Greece and let's do this and like he doesn't want to do long distance, but also let's go do stuff. So it was very like confusing of
Mm,
like what his head was at, and I'm just like, you can't invite me somewhere and then tell me, oh, but I'm not gonna pay your ticket though, because I'm not a trick. That's not how
yeah.
you impress a girl. At this point, we've been in this house for maybe what, a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Mm,
This is not impressing me. You're not giving me any reason for me to want to like continue anything out of here.
yeah.
So I'm the type of girl where like you don't need to buy me Gucci bag and all
Mm,
these designer things, but you should be able to pay for a date. And if you
yeah.
invite a woman on a trip, maybe the first thing you say isn't, "I'm not gonna trick on you though, shoddy. I'm not gonna pay for your ticket." Maybe it's
Yeah.
like, we can talk about it and like budget and see like what we can both contribute to like make the trip happen. Like you could cover this and I could cover this. Like I'm okay with that.
Mm,
I don't expect you to pay for everything. We're still
yeah.
young. Like I'm not a millionaire. We're both on the show right now.
Yeah.
But don't be acting like you're too good to drop $1 on me. Look how cute I am.
Were you
Right.
always, did you both agree that it was going to be something outside, or was it just like sort of, friends with benefits sort of situation? And then maybe you grew feelings unexpectedly?
Definitely, I grew feelings unexpectedly, but the feelings were there.
Mm,
And then I remember, like, near the end of the show, we're talking, like, at first he was like, "Oh, I can't, I'm not gonna do long distance." And I'm like, "All right, cool." But then it's like, maybe it can work. Maybe he was like changing his mind. And I was like, "Oh, am I like, teaching you how to love a little bit? Are you
yeah.
learning how to be like a respectable gentleman?" But as you guys can see, after the show, there was no dates, there was no grease. There
Yeah.
was nothing. So it was a whole bunch of yappa, 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 yappa. And a man who talks is a man who does nothing. So,
Where are we at with him now? Are you friends, would you say, or are we just kind of seeing and not really seeing him, so you're not sure at the moment?
well, we all those the cast, we all see each other pretty often
Mm,
because we do like little press tours or we do like interviews together. They come to Toronto and we do like cool stuff. So I've seen him a
yeah.
couple times. I tried to be friends with him, but as y'all know, Isaiah's immature. He's the most immature. He's more immature than Lila. And
I mean,
Lila's
I
20.
feel like men just don't reach that point sometimes. They don't reach it till they're like 35. I
I
feel.
hope so. What? It's season 12. He'll get some sense. I don't know. But we tried the friendship thing. Didn't really work. We're cordial. We're okay, especially because I'm dating someone now. So
I know.
a
I saw.
little
So cute.
thank you, and I'm happy and I'm loving it. But Isaiah, he's being childish and commenting and saying stuff, and I'm like, all right, buddy, whatever. I'll see you if we have season 2. Don't play with me, boy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you fight
But
back? Like, when you read those comments, are you like fighting back, or are you just leaving it, letting him
I
take the
want
narrative?
to. I want to so bad. Sometimes I'll like leave a little comment here and there, but it's like it's never like any malice. It's never like, oh, I hate you, I hate you. It's just
Mm,
like little like banter, like little like, oh, you have a new boyfriend, ooh, and I'm like, yeah, brokey. Like it's just like all fun and games. Because at the
yeah.
end of the day, we know that we're cool. We don't hate
Mm,
each other. We just have the
yeah.
greatest experience of being on Canada Shore. And if there's season
Exactly.
2, he will definitely piss me off a lot. But I guess we're like a dysfunctional family. So there's
Yeah,
nothing.
you just have that, like, obviously, like we saw on Jersey Shore, like how Sammy and Ronnie were.
Oh,
You almost like don't want to end up like that because it's so hard, like them being on the same team, like on it now together. But how long it took them to be able to do that, where they could like
exactly.
coexist.
And I remember even like watching Family Vacation, how like Sam wasn't there as much because Ron was there, and then Sam at her wedding, but Ron didn't go to her wedding. It's like I understand like their relationship was actually so toxic, and girl, rewatching it even, I was like, oh my God, he
Insane.
destroyed her clothes, destroyed her stuff, and then she socked him. Yeah, no, but
Rewatching it is actually like, oh my god, they were almost as bad as each other. Like, obviously, like I think Ron went a bit way too far, but I
wait,
feel like
very sorry.
Sammy was just more that she was young and like immature, and probably her brain hadn't developed, so she's probably thinking this is a great relationship until it got to that
Oh, no, no.
physical fight. Like that was insane
Mm-hmm.
times. So it's almost like you
Trust.
kind of saving yourself from becoming that,
Yeah.
and walking away now versus 2, 3, 4 seasons down the track and you end up being like that.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be roommates, like,
Mm,
yes, some people might have feelings or fall in love or hook up,
mm,
but at the end of the day, we're roommates, we're family, so we should still be able to be around each other and then nothing crazy happen.
yeah.
And I'm not sure if we get a season 2, I don't know if there'll be couples next season because me
Well,
and Isaiah aren't together, Kira and Bauer aren't together either. So we'll see. I
we'll
don't know.
see.
That's kind of exciting.
So who would you say you are kind of like the least person you got along with in the house, but someone that you get along with now unexpectedly?
I would say Christopher. Like
Mm.
coming in the house, I liked Chris because he was authentically himself. He's a little biatch and he knows it.
When
But
he
I
gets
just love
drunk,
that
he's
he was,
crazy. When he gets
oh
drunk,
my
it's the
gosh,
most
when he
funniest thing.
drinks a glass of wine, like I have my wine here. But
Mm,
when
I
Chris
love that.
drinks his wine, his eyes go two different directions and he starts talking like this and slurring and telling everyone about themselves. And
Yeah.
it's the funniest thing, but when you're in a crossfire, it's not that funny.
Yeah.
And I think around what episode 8, I had to check Chris because he was being a little bit of a messy boy. And I
Yeah.
did have to check him a bit, and we got in like a huge argument, and even security had to come between us.
Wow.
So I
Yeah,
was just
insane.
fed up.
That was actually like an intense moment
Yeah.
because I mean, he also said some like intense things about the boys in the car
Oh,
like when
yeah.
he was just super honest and it's like what do like drunk thoughts speak sober like I don't even know if that is a thing but it seemed like it was a thing and he kind of saved face the next morning. Was
Mhm.
he consistently like that and more
Yeah.
more so than what we saw on the show?
Christopher definitely has a mouth that he doesn't control himself. We call her Corinna. Anytime Christopher gets super drunk, he turns into Corinna and he would say anything and everything. He doesn't even know what he's saying at that point. It could be
I love
true, it could
that.
be a lie. He's just saying stuff and he's gonna piss somebody off.
Yeah.
That night was making me pissed off. But now I would say me and Chris are good. We
Mm.
hang out, we go to Toronto, we go to the clubs together. We had brunch the other day. Like I understand him more, so it's like
Mm.
we don't butt heads. But when you're just meeting him, he's a lot, I would
Yeah.
say.
Did you get to have conversations with him, like aside from the conflict and things like that that happened in the episode? Did you get to have conversation, a lot of conversations? Was he someone that you were able to open up to or with,
Mhm.
and but like it just wasn't there on the show?
I would say, yeah, when Chris is sober, he's actually really cool to talk to. We'll
Mm.
talk a little smack, we'll like talk crap, talk drama, but he's understanding as well. When he's not effed up and completely
Yeah.
looking two different.
Yeah.
He's a really, really cool. He's a really good friend to Lila too, also when
Mm.
he's not drunk. And yeah, he was just doing his thing. He was just unapologetic Christopher doing his thing.
Yeah, like what's your, I guess, when you had that conflict with him, were you really deep in your feelings with Isaiah and you just were kind of like, why are you trying to mess this up? Why are you trying to bring someone in that's not even a part of the show, but like trying to twist someone's arm in terms of like, hey, you should hook up? Was it because you were deep in your feelings?
I feel like that situation really, I could have been with Isaiah, I could have been with anybody else. It didn't
Mm,
matter who I was with. It mattered that by that time, we were all so close. So we were all like really close friends. And for Christopher to like purposely, maliciously, like do something to like bring a girl over to Bauer to talk and bring a girl over to Isaiah to talk.
mm,
I was more mad at Chris for like just thinking of doing something that he knew would like hurt someone else. Because I don't
yeah,
like mean stuff. I don't like mean girl things. Like I'm not insecure about a man. Like, girl, it doesn't matter. It just mattered that I thought you were my friend. And friends don't do that stuff. You don't bring
yeah,
a random girl to talk to someone that you know has a girl or is talking to a girl. But then
yeah,
I have to realize Christopher just loves drama. But now he knows not to play with me like that ever again.
yeah. Do you
Hmm.
think there was like a good girlhood between you and the other girls? You think you had, you know, everyone's back and they had your back? Like, what was the girl dynamic? Because I know you and Riley were quite close. Um,
Oh
but
yeah.
with all the other girls, was there like, you know, just a like girl code that everyone was following and, you know, you
Mhm.
had each other's backs? Because obviously in some other shore houses, it's quite hard to get there. There's not
Yeah.
as much of a girl kind of code and girl group.
I think we definitely tried to
Mm.
stick together as girls and Chris too. Like we really tried to make sure that we're all okay. Like I was like the designating mom.
Mm.
I was doing everyone's hair. I was dressing everybody's up, helping with makeup. Like Jizzy, can you help me do this? Or Jiz, can you help me do my hair? I was that girl. If you needed me to do a braid or a slick or edges, or if
Mm.
you do have an outfit, I'll make an outfit for you. I was that girl, which I really liked. I liked being someone that's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Let me ask Gizelle. And I
Yeah.
was there. And yeah, we really tried. Like, of course, some of the girls had their bickerings and stuff. But at
Mm.
the end of the day, we all kind of came together, and hopefully, we're all okay now.
Yeah.
So we're trying. We're at the end of the day, it's still five crazy girls put together.
Yeah.
But girl code, I think we're getting better on that one.
What
Mhm.
was your view on the fight with Riley and Key? Was it hard for you to kind of get in the mix of that and essentially like try to break it up, try to be a mediator and just work out why this was even happening? Because I can imagine like 24/7, 24 hours, you just gone out, you just had drinks. It must have been hard to handle at that time.
Oh, definitely. I think that altercation was just like a bunch of a lot of other things that came in that probably the viewers don't see. So
Mm.
it kind of like, oh, Riley just blew up for no reason. But that day, I do remember like Kara was like saying little things and like saying things like, oh, he's not even hot. Bauer is so much hotter. And like she
Mm.
was like nitpicking at Riley a bit the whole day, which I noticed. And at that point, when Riley blew up in the car, it was valid because I know she was fed up. But I know to like viewers, it probably seems, oh my gosh, she's so emotional. She's just blowing up for no reason. But
Yeah.
you know, Shakira was like biting at her a little bit for Riley to then um, blow up at her. But
Yeah.
honestly, I would always say my bestie's in the right because I would never in a million years get a girl to go flirt with a man that my bestie was just making out with. I don't care
Yeah.
who, I don't care what, I don't care if my bestie has a new man. It didn't matter if she was making out with a new boss or a dog. It didn't care. As a friend and as a girl's girl, you
Mm.
don't go get another girl for the man when your friends did.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird kind of thing to do. Like you would just assume, you would just stay out of that, not even
Yeah.
try and get
I'm like,
involved. That I mean,
yeah.
from the audience point of view, I think it didn't really make sense because it seemed like they got along. Like maybe they weren't, they didn't have as much in common, but it still seemed like that was out of nowhere that she just went and did
Yeah.
that and tried to like kind of, I don't know, step in where she shouldn't have been. It wasn't her
Yeah.
thing to step in with.
I feel so, especially Emmett. Like he's a good looking guy. He can get
Mm.
a girl anywhere. But then, bro, what their whole thing was just stressful. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that Riley and Key worked it out afterwards, and then
Yes,
Key understood. Like
that
when
was
she
so
said, "Guys,"
funny. I found like that's so funny and so like random, but it was a funny moment in the show how they made up.
mhm. Oh yes, and they're like, ah, crazy, crazy.
Let's talk
But yeah,
Snooki because you guys got Snooki, which is so exciting. Aussie Shore obviously have Charlotte. When you first found out that it was Snooki, what was your reaction? Were you hoping for Snooki? Did you know that it was from Jersey Shore, or did you just assume that it would be because obviously,
honestly, when I watched Aussie Shore and I saw that Charlotte was their boss, I was like,
mm,
oh my gosh, I wonder if we'll get a boss. But I'm thinking, what shore would we get a boss from? The closest to Canada would be Jersey Shore. So
mm,
I was like, oh my gosh, what if we get Snooki as a boss? Like it was in my head, I was thinking Snooki or JWoww. Like I hope it better not be Angelina. Oh my God, I
oh
hope not.
no, no. I
Hell
mean, I
no.
got it. Like, I'm still not on the Angelina train. I'm
No.
like, she's just got a lot of like issues and brings like she brings the drama, but it's almost like, come on, like you're in your like mid 30s now. We need to be
Yeah.
working on
Yeah.
ourselves and getting a little bit better.
Literally, no, it was insane. I thought in my head, I'm like, it has to be Snooki, has to be Snooki. And then this episode, I think the first or second episode, we got a letter and it
Mm.
says, oh, you have to go to work, da, 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 from like Jersey, from New Jersey. So
Mm.
now it was settled. Like we know that our boss is from New Jersey. I'm thinking it has to be Snooki. I
Yeah,
was telling everybody, like, it's Snooki. I know it's Snooki. And then there she is on the TV screen, Snooki. And then
insane.
she comes to Kelowna. She sees us. We meet her. She's literally 4 foot tall,
I
guys.
love
Snooki is
it.
this tall. She's the cutest thing. She smells so good. She had a cheetah print on, her wedges on, looking like, she came out 2009. Gorgeous,
So insane.
gorgeous.
And she has high energy as what we see from her. Is that just exactly what you see on screen is what you get in
Oh, yeah,
person?
literally. But she's more like a little bit like she's a mom and a wife now. So she has a
Mm.
little bit of that maturity still. You can still see the crazy side, but yeah.
Yeah. What's something that she like? What could be like about you and Isaiah? Could be anything, just about the whole experience. What's like one of your things that you remember that she said to you, advice that she gave you, whilst you were filming?
The one that really stood out to me was that, like, guys, like, I hope you know, like, you're a family now, and not to be like, like, boo hoo ooh, but you
Yeah.
are experiencing something that not a lot of people ever experienced before. Like, all of you are bonded now because you know what it's like. Like, you understand the emotions and everything that's been through it. So we have to be there for each other. If we get haters online or anyone that try to attack us, we just have to be there for each other
Yeah.
and love each other. And now we're a Shore fam.
Do you find that you're getting a lot of hate? Because I feel like you guys don't really get that much hate, but it might not
I
be
don't
what
think
we
so.
see.
I haven't seen a lot. I mean, to be honest, like, in my DMs or like on videos, like at first when the trailer came out, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Candle Shore, what is this shit? This is gonna be garbage. Oh my God." And everyone's like, "Wow, I surprisingly actually liked it. Like this was
Yeah.
actually a pretty cool show." And I know that like some people got a bit of hate, like for the first episode, Emmy got a little bit of hate because they were like, "Oh my gosh, why are you so obsessed with Bauer and all this stuff?" And every time someone kind of crashes out or has a moment, like Chris has a moment, Lila has a moment, Emma has a moment, everyone starts like, oh, online. But
Yeah.
it's like whatever. We've
And
learned to like
these
not listen to that.
Yeah, exactly. And also there's like there's age differences within the show. So some people like are more, emotionally mature versus other people, and they're going to be different to, you're going to be different to like Lila on the show compared, it's just the ages are different, and that's what it was like on
Yeah,
Jersey Shore. Like the guys were like
exactly.
a lot older. Like Mike and Paulie
Mhm.
D, when they were doing it, they were a lot older, but it just shows like how different the maturity levels are between
Oh
the
yeah,
the women on the show and the men on the show, um, which is insane. But I feel like people also like to compare like a show like Jersey Shore from like 2009 to what Canada Shore would be, and they almost like prejudge.
exactly. They definitely did prejudge, and I'm glad that even on the street or if I'm at work or just like out, people come to me and be like, well, you know what? Like I actually really I like the show. Like I thought I wouldn't
Mm,
like it, but I like it. Even like moms and like kids, like even oh my gosh, the other day one of my coworkers told me that her mom, who's 40, watches it with all her girlfriends. And I'm like, oh
wow.
my God, and she likes it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I love that.
I mean, you're
So,
joining millennials and you're joining Gen Z. You're joining the millennials that have watched it, like Jersey Shore, Geordie Shore from
yeah.
the OG days, and now they're joining in. Like probably have kids as well, and they're joining in with their kids watching the new generation. Which, I mean, why wouldn't you? Like it. You want to see fresh faces. You don't want to see the same faces all the time.
Mhm.
What's
Exactly. So
what was like your
exciting.
favorite moment on the show, or even off camera, if there was something that we didn't see that was
I
one of your
loved
favorite times?
we have like off days. So even though we film like 24/7, we have like one day where we don't film, like the girls get our nails done,
Mm,
the guys go to the barber and get touched up, and we have a TV that we turn on and we get to watch a movie and we all come together. We sit in the living room, we get all the mattresses out, all the
mm,
pillows, and we have like a big movie night, and then we're just like prepared for the next day that we're gonna film all day again. But that
yeah,
I really loved. No one gets to see that because that's like it's not filmed, it's like our little off day. But
yeah.
that part, like we bonded so much during that. I loved it.
So you're not with phones. You don't have phones at all. What was that like for you? I mean, are
Loved
you
it.
attached to your phone, or you're kind of someone that actively puts it away at a certain time and doesn't look at it?
I honestly, I'm addicted to my phone, so I
Mm,
loved the fact that we didn't have it. I felt so relieved that I wasn't listening for a beep or a chirp or checking DMs, checking messages, and like it was just fun to go out and go to the club and have
mm,
fun and drink and dance and not like, oh, I have to post for Snapchat or I want to get this person's number. It was just pure fun. It was just nothing to do with social media and phones and talking to people. It was like you had to be present. And I loved
yeah.
it. I loved it. It made
I
me
feel like
feel
it's also like when you get out as well, the habit you formed a new habit where you don't
Mhm,
have to look at it 24/7, and it's a lot easier.
exactly.
Did it take you
And
a
it's
bit
good
to
for it.
adjust to it, or was it quite quick that you were just like, turn on my phone, who cares?
Honestly, they kept us really busy. Like as soon as we woke up in the morning, we had breakfast, we had to like do things for the day, we're filming. It's like we had no time to really like miss our phones, We all were
Yeah.
always together, always interacting, doing something cool, something new. So we kind
Mm.
of like slipped our minds a bit. Like phone, don't need that.
Yeah. How's your life changed now after Canada Shore?
Oh, being recognized more. Oh my goodness. So I live in like the GTA area in Ontario, so like Toronto.
Mm.
And I used to make TikTok, well, I still do, but I make TikTok videos. So
Yeah.
before Canada Shore, I'd get recognized sometimes because they'd be like, oh my gosh, I watch you on TikTok. But now it's not just on one person, it's like
Yeah.
10 people. They're like, oh my gosh, you're the girl on Canada Shore. And I'm like, yeah. yeah, that's me. Hey, how you doing? And it's like cringy, but it's also fun and it's
Mm,
exciting and it's like it's cool. But then I feel like I want to make sure like I'm not like not enjoying it. Like
yeah.
sometimes like after the 10th person, you're like, yeah, and it's me and I'm tired, but I still want to give everybody the same energy and show everyone like I'm grateful and I'm humble and I'm excited. But
Mm,
yeah, it's fun just like, be out and about and people recognize me from Canada Shore. It's really cool. Sometimes it's a little bit like intimidating,
yeah.
but it's fun.
Do you think that's the most it's changed? What about like going back to work after like Canada Shore? Is that hard to adjust to because you feel like you're living like two different lives?
It does. I feel like I'm Hannah Montana a little bit. I don't mind it though. I kind of like that I have my regular life where I go to work and I have my friends, but then sometimes people recognize me and it brings me back to like, oh my gosh, I was on a TV show. I
Mm,
forget sometimes. But no, I love it. And also like in the house that we had at Canada Shore, the fridge was always full. We'd go to
yeah.
sleep, we'll wake up in the morning, fridge full of food. And now I have to go grocery shopping? Like what is this life? What?
You're like, get me a personal assistant
Not
ASAP.
literally. Now,
Um,
Paramount, now.
insane. Now, like, get it on. What are you looking forward to the most if you do get a season two? Um, what do you want to happen? I guess, or do you want to form a better relationship with someone that you haven't gotten to know as much, even outside of the show?
I feel like for season two, I definitely want to one show my personality more, like
Mm,
show myself outside of like being a couple, like being like with someone. I want it to just be Gizelle showing herself and not Gizelle and a boy and all that.
yeah,
So season two, I hope will be all about just me showing you guys me and me and Riley building our friendship. Me and Christopher, now that we're actually closer. Me and Lila are close too. I was really over a house a couple days ago. Like
I love
it
it.
was just it's just fun to see if we have the opportunity for season two. It's just gonna
Mm,
be our relationships building more and just
yeah.
gets us getting closer and also like the audience getting to know us a bit more too.
Mm. I feel like season one's always just the introduction anyway. It's hard to,
Yeah.
we did get to know you, and I don't think you were necessarily like isolated. Maybe you feel different, but even when you were with Isaiah, I don't think you necessarily, well, at least it didn't come across the edit in that way
Mhm.
that you guys had isolated yourselves. Do you think you isolated yourself a little bit, or,
We were really doing things together all the time. Like me and Riley would go swim together, go in the hot tub, make breakfast. Like we'd all just really be together all the time. And
insane? Well, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. It was
of course.
so incredible speaking to you. Obviously, like we're hoping for a season two, and hope like fingers crossed because it was such a good show. So thank you so much for coming on.
Of course, my love. Thank you for asking. Are you kidding? I had so much fun.
It was so it was just I love to get to know you, get to know the cast, and hopefully people will get to know you more through this, and you
I
know,
hope so.
you just build on that great personality that you have.
Oh, stop it. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.